You've heard it a million times, right? Murphy's Law. It's the thing we blame when our day goes sideways, when the toast lands butter side down, or when you hit every single red light on your way to a meeting you're already late for. But what if I told you that we've all been getting it wrong? Like, completely wrong. That the popular version is a total misunderstanding of a brilliant engineering secret.
Yeah, that's the one. It's the ultimate excuse, isn't it? It feels like this statement of cosmic pessimism, a universal rule that basically says the universe has a personal grudge against you. It's just a shrug in the face of bad luck. But here's the question that changes everything. Is it really about bad luck? Or is there something else? A hidden, powerful, and incredibly useful principle buried right underneath that cynical surface? Well, that is exactly what we're going to dig into. Okay, so first things first, let's just tackle what we all get wrong about it. We've got to bust this myth of cosmic pessimism, this whole idea that Murphy's Law is just the universe guaranteeing that things are going to go badly. This is Murphy's Law in pop culture, right? It's the reason we just know that the one day we forget our umbrella, it's definitely going to rain. We treat it like it's a law of nature, kind of like gravity, but for everything inconvenient. But this popular take, it completely misses the whole point. To get to the real meaning, we have to go back to the source, back to the original mistake. We need to meet the actual man behind the law and understand the one incident that started it all. Picture this. The year is 1949. We're at Edwards Air Force Base, right in the middle of this high-stakes, frankly, kind of crazy experiment called Project MX-981. And the goal? To see just how much G-force, how much sudden deceleration a human body can actually take. And the key engineer on this project was a guy named Captain Edward A. Murphy, Jr. So, during the critical test with a rocket sled, the expensive sensors they were using to collect all the data completely failed. Nothing. And why? Because a technician had installed every single one of them backward. Murphy's observation wasn't about the universe being cruel, it was about a totally preventable human error. His actual observation, the one that became a legend, was something like this. If there are two or more ways to do something, and one of those ways can result in a catastrophe, then someone will do it. And this is where we get to the core secret. You see, Murphy wasn't being a pessimist, he was being an engineer. He was stating a fundamental, absolutely crucial principle of design.
And here's the difference right here. The pop culture version is all about fatalism, about bad luck. But the real, engineering version, it's a powerful design principle. It's not about luck at all. It's a warning to anyone building anything. If you create a system where something can be done wrong, sooner or later, someone will do it wrong.
This powerful idea is called defensive design. In Japanese manufacturing, they have a brilliant term for it, poka-yoke, which basically translates to mistake-proofing. The goal isn't to hope for perfect people. It's to design things to make it impossible for even an imperfect person to cause a disaster. So let's look at how this principle actually works in the real world, how we design against disaster. I promise, once you see it, you will never be able to unsee it. This idea is everywhere, and it's quietly saving us from ourselves every single day. Just think about it. Why can't you plug a USB cable into a network port? Defensive design. Why can't you accidentally put diesel fuel in an unleaded car? The nozzle just won't fit. That's defensive design. Even something as incredibly high stakes as launching a nuclear missile requires two separate people with two separate keys. The system is built assuming failure will happen, and it designs a way around it. Because, our modern world is built on these incredibly complex systems. And when we forget to design them defensively, the consequences can be absolutely catastrophic. And it's almost never one big thing that goes wrong. It's a chain reaction of small, predictable failures. Take the 3 Mile Island nuclear accident in 1979. It wasn't one massive failure. It was a cascade. A valve got stuck open, but a broken indicator light meant no one even knew. Then another warning light was literally covered up by a simple paper maintenance tag. So the operators were totally overwhelmed with conflicting information and they made the wrong decisions. Each step was a small, possible failure that, when they all lined up, led to a near disaster. This is what Murphy was really getting at. In any complex system, failure isn't a question of if, it's a question of when. It's not some cosmic bad luck. It's a statistical certainty. It's just arithmetic. And just
Look at the math here. It's staggering. If you have a single component that's 99% reliable, which sounds great, right? And you build a system with 100 of those parts, the overall reliability of that system plummets to just 37%. 37%. That is way worse than a coin flip. This is the math behind Murphy's Law. The more parts you have, the higher the chance that something, somewhere, will fail.
So, if failure is inevitable, should we just give up? Just throw our hands in the air? Absolutely not. The real lesson of Murphy's Law isn't to despair. It's a call to action. It's a new mandate. Prepare. This quote just sums it up perfectly. The proper response is not to hope for perfection, but to design for imperfection. See, Murphy's Law isn't a curse. It's a powerful tool. So, what's the real takeaway here? It's simple, but it is so powerful. Assume things will go wrong. Build in redundancy and backups. Actively test for every possible way your system could fail. And maybe most importantly, practice humility. Accept that you can't possibly think of everything and design things that can handle the unexpected. And that leaves us with a final thought for you to take with you. Look at the systems in your own life, at your job, at home, and your personal projects. Where have you been just kind of hoping for perfection instead of actually designing for reality? Because the real Murphy's Law predicts that's exactly where the next failure will be found.